Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, AskMamaGirl26. Welcome back to the channel on this rainy, soggy Thursday morning. Well, as usual, I had to go drop off the little munchkin to school. Hold on, guys. I'm sitting over here about to jack up my situation right here. There we go. Had to go drop my daughter off at school today. I didn't want her going to the bus stop in the rain, and plus, I felt like sleeping in this morning. But I did get up. Got my little self together, did my little skin routine. By the way, speaking of skin routines, I came across a product in Target the other night. It's the Aveeno Sensitive Skin Care System. So basically, it's a moisturizer. It's also a cleanser and a serum. Now, it's a little pricey. The moisturizer was $9. The serum was $20. And the, wait a minute. I'm sorry. The cleanser was $9. The moisturizer was $20. And the serum was $20. So you're looking at almost, $50, for skincare. Which for Aveeno, I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I guess because it's for sensitive skin, that's why it's so expensive. But, this is my second day of using it, and my skin feels really, really soft. I don't know how it comes across in the camera, but yeah, it feels good. With me having dermatitis and eczema severely to the point where I'm having to take injections for the rest of my life, I think it's pretty worth it. I still use my other Elemis products for my skin as well, but because those are a lot more pricier, this is a good alternative. I normally spend between the moisturizer, the conditioner. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm talking about moisturizer. Well, moisturizer is true, but cleanser, the moisturizer, the serum, and it's one other product. That's about $400, okay, of Elemis products. So $400 compared to $50, yeah, not bad. And I try not to use my Elemis products as much because they are so expensive. I think I've had, I still have the wash, which I've had a little over a year, and the moisturizer with the SPF built in. I think I've had that one for about 6 months because I ran out. And when I was in Orlando last August for my supervisor's memorial service, I picked up another jar. And then I'm trying to remember what else did I pick up. I think that was it, because the serum, I used serum. Well, it's actually, I don't even know if it's really a serum. It's called like some kind of food for the skin, and it's like an oil, but it really, really kind of brings the shine out in your skin. So, I give it a thumbs up. It's pretty good for me. But yeah, so last night we had some hellacious storms come through the Huntsville metropolitan area, and y'all, let me tell you, I was sitting, matter of fact, speaking of it, you guys will probably see it in the video that I'm going to put up on the channel either later today or probably this weekend, because I got to figure this editing thing out. I was in the middle of recording a haul for you guys when all of a sudden the sirens start going off, meaning there was a tornado on the ground somewhere in the area. And I mean, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, the tornado ended up touching down about, I want to say 5 miles from where my house is, where I currently live now. So, you talk about God's blessings and, things being done in his timing. Y'all, I'm telling you, it could have been different. I mean, granted, the weather, especially at night, that is when the tornado situation, you're literally on heightened alert to a certain degree because of the fact that you can't see these things. And most of the tornadoes that we get in this area here lately have been either rain wrapped tornadoes, and they happen all at night. And, it's the scariest thing because, you don't know where that sucker is going to drop. I mean, I saw the damage in Hazel Green, like I said, which is about 5 miles from where I currently live now. And y'all, it was like in a cul-de-sac. So you had one house had their entire roof ripped completely off. The next house next to it had, minor damage. The house across the street also lost its roof. A car that had been sitting outside one of the homes flipped over. I mean, by the grace of God, nobody was killed. So, this is like, I grew up in this weather, so, it's not a surprise, but I think now it's more deadly because back then in the early 80s and 90s, the tornadoes were vicious, but they happened more or less during the day. Very rarely did we ever have tornadoes happening at night, especially to the point where they're rain wrapped. People most of the time are sleeping. In my home, as a matter of fact, I have 2 NOAA weather radios. I keep one upstairs near my daughter's, well, actually in my daughter's bedroom, and then I also keep one in the living room. So that way, if in the middle of the night, and we're sleeping and, a tornado, forms out of a severe thunderstorm, we will get the notification as soon as the National Weather Service declares, a tornado for our area. So, you've got to always be weather aware. I hope this thing doesn't fall. And, that's one of the things that with this new construction home, I'm going to be installing a tornado shelter inside my garage to make sure that, when, we're getting these storms, because they're coming more and more frequently, especially now that global warming has, literally heightened, the rising of the temperature, the core temperature of the earth. And, it's, you gotta protect your family. You gotta protect your greatest assets. And, for me, it's my kid. She's the last one, that's going to be leaving the nest in about 2 years. And as much as she gets on my nerves and drives my blood pressure up, she's still my baby. But yeah, so, it's one of the many things that I have to do to get the house, prepped for us to be able to move in. Update, they got my fence installed on the property, on the back side of the property. So that just means that once I get ready to move in, as a matter of fact, next week I will be submitting to the HOA my paperwork to get my fence installed, because they recommend, having the paperwork submitted at least 3 weeks before you plan to move into the property. And even though I don't take ownership until the end of the month, I can still submit my paperwork to the HOA with my quote. And, what it does, it just speeds up the process because, I think I told you guys that, we're not going to be moving in to the property as soon as I close, because I've got a lot of things that I've got to be able to do. Make sure I got enough clearance. Okay. Turn this light on. To make sure I've got enough time to get everything done. So the order of things right now is primarily the fence. I'm going to do the install of the security system. I've already selected the one that I'm going to use. So I will be setting that up. I'm going to also be getting the quotes for the flooring in my master bedroom and in the closet. What else? Let's see. Master bedroom. I'm also gonna do get a quote for the lady lair, my loft space upstairs. Even though I know that's a much larger space, what I'm hoping is if I don't do it now, I can always do it later because of the modular furniture that I'm gonna have in there. It's easy to, deconstruct. I can put it in, one of the spare bedrooms until, they finish the floors and then reassemble it back. So yeah, I don't, I don't anticipate probably doing it. I might wait a year, to be honest with you, because um I think maybe having carpet in that space may help with the acoustics, because I do plan on going live once football season starts, doing a little bit of commentary and stuff on the games, both for Alabama and also for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me get out my seatbelt. As you guys may or may not be able to see, I am wearing my Philadelphia Eagles jersey here. This was a Super Bowl edition of the jersey. And yeah, so I'm excited. 28 days left before we close. Um, I am just really, I'm really, really stoked because everything, my vision is coming together for the house. The furniture for the living room and the dining room, has been ordered. Well, actually, it's been paid for. I paid for the furniture. I told them to hold off on the order until probably May 1st, because I want to make sure I have enough time to get the flooring and stuff installed. And then my bedroom furniture, I'm only going to do the canopy bed. I found a like a nice little kind of table, you know, almost like an entryway table that you would kind of have in your entryway. I want to have in my bedroom. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's not a dresser, it's not a chest of drawer. Just kind of like a nice overall credenza. There we go, credenza. Have that credenza laid out. And then what I'm thinking about doing, I don't know if I told you guys, but I found some chairs that I want to have for a sitting room in my bedroom. So I've got those two chairs. Actually, I have two sets that I found. Target has a set for $229, but those chairs are not as like roomy. Like, I'm a hippie girl. So when I sat down in that chair, like I had space, but I ain't got that kind of space where like if I wanted to be able to like stretch out and relax. But I found these two chairs at this place called Dog West. That was the place I think I told you guys about in the last vlog, I think. Maybe not. I can't remember. But anywho, I thought it was a dog store. For like, dog accessories. I don't know what I was thinking, but when you put a dog, on the billboard of the store, people are gonna think that you sell furniture for dogs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I've never been a dog. Well, I was a dog owner at a very, very young age. And then they ran away, and two of them got struck by lightning while out hunting with my father. Matter of fact, they were hunting dogs. My dad had gotten 4 or 5 of them. And my mom used to hate those dogs because one, like we would have the food and stuff out there, and then when she would go and hang our clothes out on the line, yes, I grew up in the area where you hung clothes out on the line. We ain't had no dryer, sitting up in the house to dry clothes. We had to hang clothes out on the line, and when it rained or when the weather was too cold, we took them to the laundromat. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah, she hated those freaking dogs, and I remember, I think I named one of them Polly, Molly, Anna, Rufus, and Shaggy. Yeah, Rufus and Shaggy. I don't know where Rufus came from. I think that was something my dad threw up in there. Because I remember him calling the dog Rufus. And then I named the other one Shaggy. And they were cute dogs, but they would just, I remember as a kid going outside and running around, playing on my swing set, and then the dogs would try to jump on me and stuff like that. And my mom hated them because every time she got ready to go hang out clothes, they were constantly getting in the way. And then they tried to start to jump and to pull down her clothes. And I remember one time, uh I think she had either a sheet or a tablecloth that she had hung out to dry, and one of the dogs managed to somehow jump up and grab it, and boy, they tore that thing apart. My mom was so mad. I think she came outside and she poured water on my dogs. Y'all, my mom was so mean. But I guess that's why, like, I'm not really a dog person. Um, Primarily because I'm scarred for life because of what my mom did to my dogs. But yeah, that was kind of a crazy situation. But yeah, I'm not gonna stay on long. I'm already a little late starting the day. Um, we're taking my daughter to school. I got a couple meetings to do today. Um, and yeah, we're gonna try to make a productive day out of it. I'm gonna try to watch a couple of these videos so I can figure out this whole editing thing and put this video together for you guys, because I shot it on my camera. I actually used finally my Lumix. Is it Lumix? Lux. Okay, whatever the damn camera name is, I used it. I've had this camera like since, what was it, 2019? I think I bought the camera either 2019 or 2020. It was the first one I bought. I think it's a DSLR camera. It's made by Panasonic. And I heard they made, pretty good cameras, especially for the purposes that I had purchased it for. And I'm probably going to end up using it like to record for my podcast that I'm going to do later on next fall. Well, not next fall, but this fall. I'll be recording a podcast weekly, talking about various topics that women like myself go through, as I'm approaching 50, career, managing, raising children as a single parent, building generational wealth, all of that. It's going to be various topics that I'm going to cover on the podcast. I know everybody's like, well, everybody's doing a podcast, but you know what? I'm doing this for me because it's something I want to be able to do. I want to be able to reach a certain type of audience. I feel like women like myself at the age of 48, we really aren't represented as much on the platform. So I want to be able to kind of be a representation for, women in my age group who are getting ready to hit that big 5-0, and, have a little bit of retrospect about your life, your career, your goals, your achievements, your failures, so that, we can try to provide a little bit of substance to this current generation and kind of help them to find their way. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I see a lot of you all out here on the platform, and, you're all about the turn up and things of that nature. But let me tell you something, your 20s are meant to have fun. It's nothing wrong with, getting your drink on, because Lord knows I did it too. But by the time you start hitting your, the end of your 20s, start coming into your 30s, it's time to, get a little bit more serious. You still have a good time. You still go out with your girls, but, start to refocus and put some things in perspective. One of the things too that just gets me is I get the fact that a lot of you young women feel like you've got to be that it girl. But let me tell you something. It's better to be classy than trashy. And I say that with the utmost of respect for a lot of you young women out there. But let me tell you something. A lot of you think that going out and getting BBLs and getting breast implants is what's going to make you a wife. It's what's going to make you a good businesswoman. None of those things have anything to do with the other. To be a success in life is to be able to admit when, one, you're wrong, when you've made mistakes, be able to own those mistakes, It's not about how big your breasts are, or, you know, how well you can wear, a two-piece bikini. You know, it's about your character. It's about your honor, your integrity. And if you don't possess those things, having a beautiful figure, having a beautiful body, a tight ass, it ain't gonna get you nowhere but 6 feet under the ground. Because you either one, you're gonna end up in a abusive relationship, with a controlling partner, who you so desire because you think that, that person is going to be able to give you a lifestyle where you don't have to work, where you can just sit at home and, play mommy all day long. And there's nothing wrong with that. But know in this country that it takes two. You know, if you're out here believing that a man is going to be able to give you the kind of lifestyle of buying you bags and, you being able to drive the flyest cars and, go on all these expensive trips and do all these expensive excursions, let me tell you something, honey. That costs money. And one thing that I have realized as a woman of color, and a single mom, is that if you want to be able to write your own ticket, you got to be willing to put in the work. And what I mean by that is that you can't expect someone to give you something for nothing. In every relationship, it's give and take. And you have to be able to understand that the glamour that's been portrayed to you as what is supposed to be the norm is not true. Working hard and establishing yourself, to be able to get the things that you want to be able to get out of life is more important than sitting around and, wanting this glamorous lifestyle. I mean, it's nothing wrong with being wealthy. It is nothing wrong with being successful. But just know that that is not supposed to be the reason why you get involved with someone in your life. You want to be able to have a partner that you can grow old with. You want to be able to have a partner that you can share your most intimate thoughts, your most, intimate secrets. But better yet, have someone that's going to have your back. And man, this goes for you too. A lot of you all pass up women like myself and so many other women because the fear of having a woman that may make more money than you, or, may be willing to put in that extra work and make those sacrifices so that she can live the life that she wants to be able to live, the life where she can drive a Lexus or a Range Rover, live in, a semi, new construction home. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that be the reason why you pass up a good woman. Because let me tell you something. A lot of us sisters out here, we might be a little thick in the waist, so what? So are men. Okay? You're going to hit your 40s too. And let me tell you something. When you hit your 40s, I don't care how much you work out, there is going to be a set of body fat that you will not be able to get rid of, especially if you have been a drinker. Okay? Alcohol breeds more calories than anything. And at the end of the day, we all are going to be a little pudgy around the side. Now, there's some of us that take it to the extreme, but I'm not talking about those individuals. But they need love too. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that stop looking for that it girl. Because let me tell you something. 9 times out of 10, that it girl only wants you for one thing. What you can give her. But a down-to-earth girl that works a 9 to 5, that may work 2 9 to 5s, she may not flaunt her wealth. She may not flaunt the things that she has. She sits alone in a restaurant enjoying a nice meal, may take out a football game or a basketball game at courtside. Don't give up on her. Don't just, throw her away because she may not be a size 10 or she may not even be a size 12. Because let me tell you something. We women out here, we ballers too. We can make it happen. Just like you can go and spend a rack, so can we. And we got the money in the bank. Okay? So don't slip on the good ones out here. Because there are plenty of us out here that are looking for a good, down-to-earth, good-hearted, compassionate man of integrity, man of honor in our lives. All right, enough of the seriousness. Let me get back in here, get my day started, and I'll holler at you guys later. Oh, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications. Hit the like button. It helps my channel grow. I'm already up to 115 subscribers, so help me get all the way up to 500 by the time football season starts. Hell, let's make it 1,000. Get me to 1,000 subscribers by the time the NFL and the NCAA college football season starts, and I'll do a giveaway. All right, it's your girl, Ask Bama Girl 26. Talk to you guys later. Deuces.